Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how I set up my Design Space project to engrave this bracelet with my Cricut maker. Keep watching! So I wanted to start off by showing you what I've done in Design Space. I've created these templates here in Design Space so you don't have anything to upload. You can just use the link. I'll share the link in my Facebook post. But there's a couple of things I wanted to show you. So the bracelets that I bought from Impress Art, I got them at Michael's. You can also get them on Amazon. These were 6" by 5/8. So when you convert 5/8 to decimals, you use 0.625. So that's what I've done for this bracelet. They've also got a lot of other different bracelets. I'm going to go pick up some more and I'll add templates for those. But for now, at least I'll give you these. So I'm going to leave that one solid and duplicate it. And I just wanted to show you how I would do my engraving. So this one I'm going to change to draw. When you load your mat, don't put a pen in your or marker in your machine. You're just going to leave that adapter empty. The maker is going to make the motions as if it's drawing, but you won't be putting any ink on your mat. You're just going to leave it empty. Leave the adapter empty. So then I'm going to go to text. I'll choose a font, any font for this demo. So I'm going to type the name Ella. I'm just going to shrink it down. This is all so easy to do. Make it the size that I want it. Go to my top left to line type and change it to engrave. So now we have the bracelet shape at draw and the name is engrave. I'm going to select both together, go to align and center horizontally. I have it in the right place. Align again, center vertically. And it's exactly where it should be. Select both together, right click, and attach. And that's all there is to creating the shape. So you would do the same thing with any shape that you want to use. Just make sure that you size it the same as your blank. So in this case, I've done a 2" circle as if I have a 2" blank. So for a dog bone, I checked at Michael's to get some and they didn't have any in stock, so I made a template in Design Space. But I wanted to show you also that you don't have to have the exact template. So in this case, this dog bone is 2" by 1". So I'm just going to take a shape, a rectangle. I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to make it 2" wide by 1" high. I'm going to change it again to draw. And we can see that that template is going to fit right over perfectly center, perfectly over my dog bone. So now I can just take it back. I'm going to type Ella again. I'm going to shrink it down, put it inside the rectangle, go to align, center horizontally, align again, center vertically. And it's exactly where it should be. Right click and attach. Now we're going to put it over my little dog bone just because I want to show you that it would fit perfectly as long as your rectangle is the exact same size as the blank that you're using, regardless of the shape. You don't have to have the exact shape. So we'll go here, align, center horizontally, align, center vertically. And that's perfectly aligned. I'm going to take this back away. I want to change this text to engrave. I'll just put them both here. Align, center. And I'm going to keep these two on my screen. This one because I want to show you how I would set it up, even though I'm just using a rectangle. These I'm going to group, and I'm going to hide them. So I'm only going to send these to my mat. I'm going to click Make It. I want to take this one because it's just only for demo. I'm not going to be cutting this, and move to another mat. And I'm going to move it to the mat with the bone shape. So in order to align this properly, I want to move it away from these no cutting zones that you see marked out with the red line. So I'm going to move it 1 inch down and 1 inch in on my mat. And you can see that even with this piece, the rectangle, when I place it 1 inch down and 1 inch in, line that up a little better. When I place it 1 inch down and 1 inch in, it's going to be perfectly centered on that bone shape. So for now, we're pretending this is my actual blank on my physical mat. So we're going to place this 1 inch down, 1 inch in, and it's perfectly aligned. You will center it that way. So it's really not necessary to have the exact shape of your blank on your screen as long as you have the exact size of your blank. So let's go back to my bracelet. Again, I want to avoid the no cut zone. And so we're going to move it down 1 inch and in 1 inch. And I can see that my engraving will be perfectly centered. So now that we've got everything placed where we need it, we're going to choose Continue. I'm going to select my Cricut Maker. And we will go to Browse Materials. I'm in the Compatible list. And if I scroll down, you'll see that it's not showing anodized aluminum, and the bracelets are aluminum. And this is happening because you have a draw line on your project and you can't draw on aluminum. So I'm going to choose another material. I want something that's going to give a nice pressure for engraving. So I'm going to choose the thickest tooling leather. You can choose any of these that you prefer. Trial and error, you might like one more than the other, but I'm going to go with the thickest material to get a good deep engraving. So I'll choose tooling leather and choose Done. You can see that I need to load my black pen, but again, we're going to leave the adapter empty because we don't want to draw on our mat. We're going to load our engraving tip, number 41, and go ahead and engrave. So let's get our mat ready and start engraving. So let's get our mat set up. I have my engraving tip on my quick swap housing. It's number 41, you can see it there. We're just going to place that in our machine, and that's ready. We're going to use a strong grip mat, which is recommended when you're using something like these metal bracelets. You could use a standard grip if you don't have a strong grip, but you'll use more tape to adhere your bracelet onto the mat. I'm just going to remove this protective coating. We don't want that on there. And as you saw on the screen, I'm going to line up my blank in the same way. So I'm going to put it 1 inch down and 1 inch in. And that looks good. You can see how it's placed on the mat. And we're only engraving in the center, so I'm going to be sure to use a good amount of tape to make sure that it doesn't move while it's engraving. Go. I'm not sure if you need all this tape on a strong grip mat, but I want to be sure that nothing shifts. Better safe than sorry, they say. Okay, that should do it. Let's load our mat and get the engraving done. Going to unload our mat. Oh, and it turned out very, very nice. Let's get all this tape off. And there we go. Let's see if I can show you this. It's a little hard to see in this light. There it is. I'll take a good picture of this so that you can see the engraving better. I'm also going to flip it over, and I want to try engraving on the back of it. Oh, that turned out cute. Get this off of here so I can try and show it to you. I engraved on the opposite side of the bracelet. I engraved Love Grandma. I will give this to my granddaughter. I hope you can see it. It's really a little hard to see in this light, but I'll get a picture of it so that you can see it much better. And the back. There we go, Love Grandma. Let's see. And my granddaughter's name is Ella. So let's get ready to bend this bracelet. So unfortunately, the enamel marker that you darken your engraving with was out of stock when I went to Michael's to purchase one, but I hope you can see that my engraving is perfectly centered on this bracelet, and on the back I have Love Grandma. So let's go ahead and bend it. It's the first time I bend one of these. I don't know how difficult it is, but we'll see. Takes a little strength. And you want to bend it flush with the edge of the tool. Then we flip it over. Hold it and bend it again. And there we have it. And on the inside it says, "Love Grandma." Very cute. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. You'll find the Design Space file for these templates posted in the Facebook group along with the link for this video. Please like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.